Hello beautiful people, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and in today's video I am going to be discussing Booktok books because I thought that would be super fun. If you are unaware, there is a side of the app TikTok which is for video creation but in small form, kind of like Vine, and there is a side of it that discusses books very similar to BookTube except on a different platform. So it's a slightly different medium, but a lot of the community is the same, I feel, and a lot of the books are very similar. So I thought it would just be fun to kind of talk about Booktok books according to Barnes & Noble. And if I've read them, give you my thoughts and if I think they're overrated or not. If I have not read them, talk about if I will read them maybe in the future or if I would be interested in reading them or why not. And if I've heard about them, just general, it'll be kind of like a book club and I think it will be super duper fun. However, before I get started, I did want to take a moment to say, wow, I have hit 100 subscribers, which I know doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot to me and it's super cool and it makes me so happy and I am so grateful for you guys. So thank you to all who have subscribed. And welcome to all who haven't. I do hope you decide to join us over here. We have a lot of fun and I'm just super excited to be making content for you guys. So thank you so much for getting me to 100. I think it's super cool and I'm super excited. Without further ado, let us hop right into the video. So the first book that they have on the list is The Inheritance Games. It is the first book in the Inheritance Games series, which I have not heard too much about, but what I have heard has been very positive and very good. So I might end up eventually picking it up. I don't really know the premise of it, but I have heard a lot of people raving about it. So I would be interested to see my thoughts on it eventually, maybe one day, far down the line, not anytime soon. I don't have any budget or time to read new books. I'm trying to get through my shelf. But maybe one day I would pick it up because it does sound like a very interesting series. The next book that they have listed here is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Now, I have read a different Holly Jackson book. I have read Two Can't Keep a Secret, and I really loved it. I usually find myself enjoying mysteries even though I don't expect to when I go into them. Like, I'm like, oh, it's a mystery. I'm not going to enjoy it. And then I read it, and I always enjoy it. So I really did enjoy that book. I have not read any of her other books, but I definitely would, given how much I enjoyed that one. But again, that's a future thing. And I mean, if I do need a mystery to pick up, I might consider doing that one because I have been thinking about wanting to read some more mysteries lately. I really love that genre and I don't read it nearly enough. So drop any other good mystery recommendations down below. Thank you. The next book on this list is The First to Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Now, if you have been on this channel for a little bit, you might have seen my video, which I will pop up here somewhere, about annotation and why I don't like doing it. And in that video, I annotated They Both Die at the End, which is the sequel to this book. I guess more appropriately, this book is the prequel to that book. And I DNF'd it because I didn't love it, which probably didn't help my annotation case any, but I didn't love it. I don't really enjoy reading sad books, but even when I don't really enjoy reading sad books, the book itself was not holding my attention and I didn't enjoy it. So I will not be picking that one up because, first of all, I didn't even finish the main book. Why would I read the prequel if I didn't finish the book? Second of all, no, I'm setting myself up for more heartbreak and I don't want to do that. So I will not be picking that book up. I haven't really heard anything about it either. I've heard a lot about They Both Die at the End, but I haven't heard anything about the prequel yet. So we shall see how that plays out. The next book on this list is, of course, Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. As you might be able to tell, I have read the series a few times over now, and I do love it dearly. I was introduced to the bookish community through Sarah J. Maas books. So regardless of their quality, they do hold a special place in my heart. And there are definitely some aspects to this series that are questionable at best, but overall, it was really fun reading them and I really enjoyed it, and it really connected me with other people who love books. And I think that's one of the reasons why Sarah J. Maas is so popular. Not necessarily because her writing is spectacular or anything, which there are mixed opinions on that. I enjoy her writing. It's not the greatest that I've ever read, but I enjoy it. I think it's very entertaining. But I just think Sarah J. Maas's ability to sort of create a community of readers is unlike any other author, I feel like, because I do not see, and maybe this is just me and the side of Booktok/Booktube that I'm on, but I do not see any other authors with a fan base as consistent as Sarah J. Maas's. Like, her fan base is almost equal to the fan base of like Six of Crows, or dare I even say Harry Potter. It's probably more close to that level. And I love it. I love all the fan art. And I just think the sense of community that you get from reading Sarah J. Maas books is why they're so popular. Not necessarily her writing or anything. That is good, but I digress. Anyway, I got way off topic there. Yes, I have read Throne of Glass. Yes, I love it. The next book on this list is Crave by Tracy Wolff, which I have not heard of. I have not heard anything about. The cover looks a lot like Twilight. What's with that? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Doesn't seem like it would be up my alley just because the cover looks like Twilight. Yes, I am judging a book by its cover. I have other priorities, so if I hear ranting and raving about it, maybe, but I have heard literally zilch about it anywhere, so it's a no for me. The next one on this list is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, which of course I have read. I love to death. I love the TV show. I am so excited for season 2. I think it will be great, and it just makes me so happy, and the series warms my heart. I've definitely talked about it a few times on this channel. I think way back when I first started it, I even did a reading vlog of the Heartstopper series, and it makes my brain and heart very happy. So pick up Heartstopper, I love it. The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han is the next one on this list, and this is another one that I haven't heard anything about. It doesn't sound like a book that I would enjoy based on the title. It sounds like an editorial type book, if not an autobiography or anything, which I'm definitely probably wrong on that genre. But again, I haven't heard anything about it, and it's not really, doesn't sound like it would be up my alley. Doesn't sound like one that I would enjoy picking up, so I definitely will not be doing that. Next on this list is The Cruel Prince. Oh my god, I do not enjoy this book. I have read them. No, I've read the first one, and I did not love it. I DNF'd it the first time, and then the second time I read it was for a readathon / like reading challenge thing, and I did finish it that time, and it didn't really get any better. Cassandra has recently read them for the first time, and she loved them. Maybe I will give it another shot. I have another Holly Black book somewhere on my shelf that I can't remember what it's called. It's like The Night something or other. So I will be giving that a read, and if I enjoy that, and it's not just her writing that makes me mad, it was just that series, maybe I'll give it another go and try to read the rest of it, because maybe I just don't like the first book and I like the rest of it. But I don't like the first book, and I have not read the rest of it, so I cannot speak to that, and that's my thoughts on that. I think I one-starred the book. I didn't love it. It was very cliche and boring, and I was not a fan. The next book on this list is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. I have heard about this book. I don't really know anything about the plot because I try to avoid spoilers at all costs, but just judging by the cover alone, it's something that I would want to read. I have not read it yet, but I have seen it in Half Price Books and in Barnes & Noble, and it seems super interesting. I think that is definitely a series that I would eventually pick up after I get through all of this mess. It sounds really cool. The next one is They Both Die at the End, which I already talked about. Have read, DNF'd it, didn't love it. Moving on. This Woven Kingdom is the next book on this list by Tahara Mafi. This book I have heard a little bit about, and it definitely also seems super interesting. So similar to Legendborn, this is definitely one that I could see myself picking up in the future. Definitely not right now, but at a different time. I know that this author also wrote the Shatter Me series, which I have heard mixed reviews about. I have heard that the writing is a bit hard to get through, so it might not be up my alley, but I would definitely be willing to give it a shot. And the cover is really pretty. Next up, we have another Holly Jackson, As Good as Dead. Again, similar as the first one. I might pick it up eventually. I do love a good mystery every now and then, and I think it would be super cool. I enjoyed the one book of Holly Jackson's that I read already. That's the tea. Kingdom of the Wicked is the next book. I do have it on my shelf. I have not read it yet, but I do plan on reading it. Cassandra loved the book. She did not love the last one, from what I've heard, which is mildly concerning, but I am going to read it. It sounds like it's definitely up my alley and something I will enjoy, and it is actually pretty close on my TBR. After I finish a couple of other books, I will be starting that one. By a couple of other books, I mean the Infernal Devices series. After I finish that, I'm on to Kingdom of the Wicked, so we shall see how that goes. Next up, second to last on this list, we are almost done, I promise, is Iron Widow by Zuran J. Zhao, and I really hope I did a good job pronouncing that. I have heard lots of good things about this book, and I have been eyeballing it in stores every time I go. I'm on a book buying ban right now, so I can't, but I have had this book on my radar for a while, and I really want to read it. So, if any of you have read it, let me know how you enjoyed it, because I am very much considering it. The final book on this list, I'm not sure why it's on this list, but it's on this list, is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. And I actually just made a video talking about why I won't read this book. So I will again post something up here for you and a link down in the description for you to check out that video for you to get some details. But basically, I don't have anything against it. It doesn't seem like something that I would want to spend my time reading. I don't really have any desire to read it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on not reading it. It's just not something I want to do, so I'm not going to. And that is the tea. Let me know you guys' opinions on some of these books. I would be really interested to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, thank you guys so much for watching. You should stick around and subscribe for more content just like this. You should like the video because it's easy. Comment because it makes me smile. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!